Why have Kerala priests become the new targets? A Keralite priest, Sudhir William, and 7 others have been granted bail in Maharashtra after being arrested for alleged forced religious conversion in Shingori village, Amravati. The FIR filed by VHP and Bajrang Dal members claim the priest urged attendees to convert. A video showed flags being questioned. Police detained the host and associates, but the superintendent confirmed that bail for all the 8 and said that there was calm. The CSI condemned the arrest, while Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan called it a part of a pattern targeting minorities and said it undermines constitutional freedoms. The incident raises several concerns over increasing attacks on priests from Kerala during prayer meets. Let's now go across Mithun Vijay Kumar, who is a political analyst, and Nirmal Abraham, who is also a political analyst. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to both of you gentlemen. Nirmal, this is becoming increasingly, it happened in Bhopal, it happened in Jabalpur, it happened in Chhattisgarh, and now in Nagpur. Now we can't call it an isolated thing because we witnessed what happened in Kerala in the run-up to Christmas this year. What is going on, and why is it that the Kerala Pinarayi can, condemn it as much as he can, but he's not able to do very much, no, Nirmal?
Well, I think it's a nuanced issue. I mean, if the question is, are there priests and nuns and pastors roaming around the country preaching Christianity with the intent of converting people? Yes, there are. But most of them are not forced conversions. Most of them are voluntary conversions. The problem with the extremist groups that you were talking about here is that every time they see a priest or a pastor or a nun or a group of people, they seem to think that it is forced conversion. That's where the issue is, I think. And yes, as you rightly said, a lot of people in Kerala, Christmas was an eye opener, and for many people, the New Year resolution was not to vote for BJP, largely because of the association that they have with these fringe elements. For example, you spoke about Jabalpur. There were incidents in Raipur, there were incidents in Bangalore, there were incidents in Uttar Pradesh, in Assam. And even in Kerala, of all places, Palakkad, which happens to be a BJP stronghold, an incident happened in Palakkad where children were not allowed to recite Christmas carols. Prayers were disrupted in some parts of the country. Holidays were cancelled in some parts of the country. Shopping malls were forced to close down. Shopping malls were vandalized for Christmas decorations. Vendors were asked to, move from the streets for selling Christmas merchandise. I could give you 1,000 examples. So the problem is when you see that and when you associate the continuing incidents that are happening targeting minorities, you seem to think that the intention is wrong here. Because I partly agree with them. I mean, the groups that say that there are forced conversions, yes, there are forced conversions, but it's only a tiny minority.
No, but the thing is also there is about constitutional freedom here. Mithun Vijay Kumar, come in here. If someone wants me to convert to another religion, I'm an adult, I can. I mean, what is there? I mean, we are not talking about, I'm sorry to use these terms, rice Christians or, rice back converts, etc. I mean, there is no coercion. I mean, these priests apparently came to do some prayers at someone's house. What is going wrong? I mean, apart from the states like Maharashtra, where it happened, or Bhopal or Jabalpur or Bengaluru, the point of the matter is Pinarayi Vijayan seems to be failing in stemming these.
See, ma'am, one of the things I would like to say here is, first of all, vigilance should not be considered violence. Reporting a suspicious activity, be it Jabalpur or Bhopal or anywhere, to the police is the right of every Indian. And when a neighbor or a group sees something wrong and calls the police, it's called community vigilance and it's not violence. And why is that when it happens?
Called knee-jerk. It can also be called knee-jerk reaction, right? I mean, just because I see, wait, I have seen this. I have had, and I'm not going to name that community, Hindus, coming after me, bear the drum and saying, do this. I just tell them, like, leave me alone, yeah? I mean, it's okay. Let me just shop, okay? If I'm suspicious, should I go to the police? Don't I have the brains to say thank you very much, but no thanks? What is suspicious? Why are you using that word, Mithunji?
No, the problem is you and I, or people who are aware of things, they might understand that there is certain level of conversion racket, or we may not give in to that. But there are people who may not understand different methods of conversion. They may be lured into something, and that's the problem in this country, right?
So they should be taken. No, I don't understand. Some people are slapped, some people are pushed, some people are taken to the police station. Then they were granted bail. Of course, thank God. We also have cases of being burnt alive. You remember that case?
Sudhaji, you must allow me to speak because I'm trying to make a point here
Yeah,
and you're
please do.
interjecting me.
Please do.
Yeah. So, see, the thing is, Supreme Court has clearly warned that conversion through, allurement and bribes is a threat to the national security itself. Why is it? Because they are the target groups are the most vulnerable ones, the poor, the uneducated, and the tribal communities. And using someone's hunger to modify their, soul is the ultimate form of spiritual violence, and that's what we are
All
seeing.
right. Okay.
We are told that these groups are just one more point I'll make. We are told that these particular groups, they are doing social work, giving education or medicine, but if a hospital or a school is used as a trap to change someone's religion, it's not charity, it is exploitation.
I mean, I have only 4 minutes left, so I'm sorry if I'm hurrying you up, Mithun. I'm sorry, but Mithun, what do you quickly tell me before I go to Nirmal? What is your opinion about all these attacks which went on carol singing, calling children drunks, etc. in Kerala?
That is a form of extremism, and I'm totally against it. That should not happen. Why do we have to club everything together and say that this is happening against the Christian community? If something is suspicious, let's call it out. If something is wrong, let's call it out as well. Why do we have to club everything under one umbrella and say that, okay, there is the minority groups are being targeted in the country?
Yeah, point taken.
The law is same to everyone, right? If you see a theft, you go to the police.
Yeah.
If you see a fraud, you go to the police.
Yeah, point
if you
taken.
see an illegal conversion attempt that violates the local law,
yeah, point.
you inform the police.
Yeah, but Nirmal, point taken, Mithun, absolutely. Nirmal, but the point is, what happened in Chhattisgarh, right? I mean, we saw Rajiv Chandrasekhar go to receive these nuns. So, the point of the matter is, before its knee-jerk reaction, why is it that all the facts are not first checked? I mean, you're also with me, I'm also with you, and we are all on the same page that coercion is a no-no. But the point is, we can't have knee-jerk reaction. Oh, he's wearing a cross. He's come to kind of, give me a name and I'm a tribal and I will become. Don't you think the check should be done? And that check, I think, is now missing in this country, Nirmal.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, there are state anti-conversion laws that are very strict, and in many of these states, the burden of proof actually remains on the accused. So it is the responsibility of the accused, which is in this case the priest, in other cases a pastor or nun, to prove that it wasn't unlawful conversion. But I partially agree with Mithun as well. Yes, there are forced conversions happening, induced conversions happening, where you go to the poor and you offer them salary and you offer them money, and in exchange they convert. Yes, those kind of things happen. But the problem is you cannot put it across as a blanket statement saying that all conversions are forced conversions. That's where these groups are going wrong. And as far as Kerala is concerned, I think Rajiv Chandrasekhar is doing a decent job at damage control. He, as you rightly said, when Chhattisgarh happened, he went to the Catholic bishop. Today, he went to the Orthodox bishop. And he often says that he does not endorse such attacks or activities. So he's doing damage control. But I think this is going to damage. If it keeps happening, it is going to damage the BJP in the 2026 assembly elections.
All right. Mithun, I wanted to ask you the same question, and he gave me, Nirmal gave me a hint. On the one hand, you have Prime Minister Modi. I mean, he was the Church of Redemption during Christmas. He's doing all that he can as an outreach. But on the other hand, apart from the Christmas carol thing about, breaking the drums of children, which you said is extremist action, these kind of attacks on nuns, the overall perception is that it puts the BJP's outreach, Christian outreach, on the back foot. Would you agree?
No, first of all, I don't understand why is this even being called as an attack on Christians. Did the police conduct a preliminary inquiry? We should be going with the factual things, right? Before the arrest of the priest, the assistant police commissioner, assistant police inspector, he interrogated or he questioned the person, the local villager whose house was being used for the meeting. Then the police did not immediately arrest anyone. They first, detained that person for questioning to understand what was actually happening. During this initial investigation, the same person provided the names of other individuals involved, including the father. So only after the initial questioning and after checking the site, the police proceeded with formal arrests, and that's law. And I don't understand why certain people, especially Chief Minister of Kerala, he is very quick to call this incident disturbing and polarizing. But I would like to ask him through your show, why is he interfering in a local police matter in Maharashtra? Is he not aware of what is happening in Kerala? Let me just quote one incident. In July 25, the Additional Sessions Court in Thrissur had to dismiss a criminal case against two nuns citing lack of evidence, and that too almost after 2 years of Kerala police arresting them. So Mr. Vijayan's police can do it. Mr. Vijayan's police had accused them of human trafficking, and now the judge had to throw the case out because there was no evidence, and the girls with whom the nuns were traveling, they had their consent of their parents. So why is this double standard? When Kerala police arrests nuns and are later scolded by the court for lack of evidence, Mr. Vijayan will be silent. But when Maharashtra police follows the law and investigates a conversion
Why?
complaint,
And I'll tell you why. I'm wrapping this, but I'll tell you why. You're absolutely right. And I called out Pinarayi Vijayan and said that he needs to get his act together. But I'm saying that when it happens, all of them, these are all Malayalis. They are not Tamils. They are all Malayalis. All these Malayalis priests, when they are attacked, then obviously it pinches the Malayalis because they think that before anything, let due diligence be done. Pinarayi is a Malayali. Maybe he takes it like that, but I am calling him out. He needs to do due diligence, which he is not doing. Just to give out a statement, oh, BJP, Sanghi doesn't work. He needs to do. And my heart goes out to all these people who are there, whether they are Protestant, whether they are talking about conversion, doing prayers or whatever. I think they need to be sat down and told there, that this is how far you can go and no further.